Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Jordan Report, and I'm your host, Robert Jordan. Everyone, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, guys, I once worked in a food bank down in South Texas, and we usually only serve people who were elderly people, handicapped people, people on fixed income. Occasionally somebody would come in and they're just a little down on their luck. They need some food to tide themselves over. I could not imagine what these people in New York are going through working in these food pantries. Listen to this story. This is 2 days ago. Hungry New Yorkers form quarter-mile line for free food in Queens. Now, I got a clip. It's from earlier in the year, but it's from the same place. I'm going to show you that clip. It's from May. The line stretched a quarter mile before the sun was barely up Saturday, snaking around corners like bread lines in the 1930s. But the hungry in Queens are today's New Yorkers left jobless by the coronavirus. Until the pandemic struck, the city, La Giornata Food Pantry, used to hand out groceries to 1,000 families a week. Now that figure tops 10,000, and volunteers serve lunch every day to 1,000. Many of them kids with growling stomachs. Across the boroughs, the hungry number into hundreds of thousands, the Food Bank of New York estimates. Let me say that again, because that's just almost unbelievable. Across the 5 boroughs, the hungry number into hundreds of thousands. It reminds me of the picture of the Great Depression where a man in a suit and a tie is giving another man a suit and tie an apple. Senior moms and kids, singles, many migrants from Chile and Mexico wait for hours. They turn out in droves wherever and whenever the food pantry truck shows up. We feel like we're underwater, drowning in a tsunami of people, Rodriguez, a volunteer who acts as a pantry and director, told the Post. This isn't like a little rain coming down. These numbers are unbelievable. I believe him. The protocol used to be first come, first serve, until the needy start showing up before dawn because they were afraid the La Giornata would run out of food. Once in late March, the line covered 28 blocks. Walter Barrera still arrives at 6 a.m. to pick up his family groceries for the coming week: rice, potatoes, cans of soup, even fruit and vegetables. Barrera, 50, has stopped by the food pantry every Saturday since he lost his construction job 4 months ago. He can't find work, and neither can his 2 older sons, 19 and 17. His youngest son is 11. He says money is so tight, friends and relatives are helping him with the $2,300 a month he pays for his 3-bedroom Flushing apartment, where he lives with his wife and all of his sons. Let me show you the clip. Again, the clip is from earlier in May, and that's why the weather looks a little different.
The loss of jobs and income showing up in this depression-like economy in so many ways. Showing up today at a food pantry in Queens, where the lines to get free food were half a mile long. Half a mile. So many people and not enough food. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Nolan live at the scene in the Corona section. Jim.
Yeah, Bill, when the pantry opened at noon today, there were hundreds of people in line, and many of them had been here since 4 o'clock this morning. They knew they had to get here early because last week the pantry ran out of food. That line stretched, as you say, at one point for half a mile. It stretches still right now. Hundreds at least still in line. Immigrants mostly there who will not get money from the government. Their restaurant and their construction and cleaning jobs have all shut down. If they can't get food for their families here, they may not have food for their families.
They stood in the rain for food in America today, for hours in a line that snaked through the streets of Corona, Queens, half a mile of sidewalk, packed with people who have lost their jobs and after a lifetime of work and responsibility, suddenly have nothing.
I have 3 kids in my house. I have my wife, and I have his mother in the house. 2 weeks, for 2 weeks, we've been waiting for some food. We don't get nothing.
For many, especially towards the end of the line, there is a fear that doors will close, that the pantry will run out of food. It's no small matter.
He's here since 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the reason, because he doesn't have anything in the house. We come out here, to look for food because we have nothing. We have nothing.
Well, the pantry was supposed to close at 4:30. It's still open, but the line is still long. The need is still great. They are trying to stay open. It's not clear how long they'll be able to.
All right, guys. That's what's going on in New York. Terrible stuff. Terrible stuff in America.